When Jake and Elwood were found, they were no more than a few days old. Two fragile little souls in a world that had already turned cold and cruel. With no mother in sight and their tiny bodies shivering from hunger and exposure, it was clear that their chances of survival were terrifyingly slim. They had been abandoned, left alone before they had even opened their eyes to see the world. Their cries were faint, barely audible. Their breathing was weak. Most people who saw them shook their heads and whispered the same thing. They won't make it. But not everyone gave up on them. A kind-hearted young woman came across their desperate situation. The moment she saw the helpless kittens curled into each other for warmth, something inside her said, I have to try. Even though she had never raised such young kittens before, and even though she knew the odds were stacked against them, she refused to walk away. I don't care what anyone says, she whispered as she gently lifted their frail bodies. You deserve a chance, and I will fight for you. She named them Jake and Elwood. The days that followed were some of the hardest. Every feeding was a delicate task. Every meow a sign of both life and struggle. The kittens were so small that they barely fit in the palm of her hand. They required feeding every 2 hours, including throughout the night. Their tiny bodies didn't gain weight easily, their immune systems were fragile. Sometimes it seemed like they weren't going to make it to the next morning. I was so scared to sleep, she admitted later. Every time I closed my eyes, I worried they wouldn't be there when I woke up. But still, she didn't give up. She adjusted her entire life around Jake and Elwood. She created a strict feeding and care schedule, warmed their bedding constantly, and spent every free moment researching how to raise orphaned kittens. Slowly, bit by bit, things began to change. A few weeks later, something beautiful happened. Jake purred for the first time. It was soft, shaky, almost uncertain, but it was unmistakably a purr. He's happy, she said through tears. He knows he's safe. Then Elwood started to open his eyes, and soon after, the kittens began to gain weight. It was only a few grams at a time, but every tiny gain felt like a victory. The girl celebrated each one like a miracle. Look at them, she would beam. They're getting stronger. They're really fighting. People who had once doubted their survival were now amazed. They watched as the kittens grew, still small, still fragile, but undeniably alive and full of spirit. Their once dull fur started to shine, their eyes sparkled with curiosity, and their bond with their rescuer deepened with each passing day. They know I'm their mum, she said with a smile, holding them close, and I couldn't love them more. With time, Jake and Elwood not only survived, they began to thrive. Their days became filled with playful pounces, clumsy tumbles, and joyful meows. They followed their rescuer around the house, chasing shadows and curling up beside her whenever she sat down. The once silent room now echoed with life and laughter. Watching them play, she often said, makes every sleepless night worth it. Even after the hardest days, the kittens brought happiness into her life and into the lives of everyone who met them. They were living proof that hope, love, and determination could work miracles. Jake and Elwood's journey is more than just a story of survival. It's a story of compassion, of believing in life, even when it seems impossible. It's a story about how one person's love can change the fate of two tiny creatures who were all but forgotten by the world. Yes, it was hard. Yes, there were tears, fears, and moments of doubt. But through it all, love remained, and that love saved them. Today, Jake and Elwood are healthy, happy, and very much loved. They're still with their rescuer, the only family they've ever known. and they continue to grow stronger every day, surrounded by warmth, care, and unwavering affection. "Just look at them," she often says proudly. "They made it. They're my little miracles." There are so many animals out there just like Jake and Elwood, abandoned, overlooked, and barely holding on. They may not have a voice to cry for help, but they all feel pain, they all long for comfort, and they all deserve a second chance. This story is not just about two kittens, it's about the power of kindness. If this story has touched your heart, please share it. Let others know that saving a life doesn't always require grand gestures. It just takes love, patience, and the courage to care. Every act of rescue sends a message that life matters, that no creature is too small to save, that even the weakest among us can become strong when they are loved. Be someone's miracle, just like she was for Jake and Elwood.